Hi, welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is D, and today's tarot card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck is the Two of Stones and Challenge. And when I was meditating on this card today, to me it was all about the rivalry, right? You know, the two hares fighting for territorial rights, and how often do we see this in love relationships, right? Sometimes there's power struggles going on between people. You see this in corporations all the time, bosses and peers and, CEOs and whatnot, what's going on. There's always that rivalry, that's happening. And I got to get comfortable here. So, with this card, this just tells me that even though it says that it's a challenge, it says that, to me that there's rivalries going out there. And yesterday when we were talking, it was, about the Six of Vessels in reunion, having that karmic person come back in, and maybe this person coming into your life right now, okay, this karmic reunion, okay, is bringing something to you that could be a challenge. Okay, now challenges are meant to grow. All right, they're meant to strengthen us. They're meant to build up our character. They're meant to give us purpose in where we're going. Okay, and it's how you rise up to that challenge, all right, that makes a difference. Now, the challenge is in manifesting energy for power or force. So, if somebody's coming at you with power or force, okay, that's drawing on that earth energy, and for you, it may ruffle your hairs, bring the hairs up on the back of your neck, or maybe you don't want to have that confrontation, right? You don't want to have that conflict, so you back down. All right, but there's proper ways of talking about conflict and confrontation, and it's a more of a matter of just having the dialogue and not raising your voice, and just asking that question, help me understand. Okay, now if this is a karmic reunion and somebody's coming in, you may have to ask the universe, why is this person coming back to my life at this point in time? Okay, and when you draw on that earth energy, you become self-empowered. Okay, and why I say that is because you begin taking that power away. Okay, instead of letting the power get sucked out of you, you bring that power into you. Okay, and you say, help me understand, why this person is coming into your life, or if it's a work situation, it's all right, I understand what you're saying. Yes, you're the boss. I have to do what you have. But can you explain why we're doing it this way? Or can you at least give me some information on why we're going down this road? Okay, that way you have a better understanding of what's going on. All right, it's not so challenging. Okay, it's actually, I know when I was working, there were opportunities that challenges presented themselves, and I'd never done them before. And I'd always ask my boss, how did you handle this situation, right? And you can do that. You can ask other people, how would you handle this situation, all right, and get their insight. Because when you are put into a position that's challenging, it's meant for you to grow. It's meant for you to learn something. It's meant for you to move forward in your growth within that job or within that relationship. All right. And at the same time, when you become self-empowered, you also become self-confident. Whether you handled that situation right or you handled that situation wrong. Okay. You went into that situation with a little bit of knowledge. Okay. It was uncomfortable. All right. And at the end, it was kind of like, wow, this was really something simple. Now, next time you get into that situation, you have more of a comfortableness about it. All right, you can approach things differently, whether it was good or whether it was bad. All right, and you have that knowledge and that wisdom to move forward. All right, and it's learning to deal with that rivalry, learning to deal with that challenge, and that's a skill set that can be an advantage for you. Okay, by dealing with those types of things. All right, now on the other side of that coin, there's a lot of envy and jealousy, because people will look at it, your peers may look at it and say, why does he get all the stuff, or why does she get all the stuff? And it could be a situation where they were given that opportunity and maybe they didn't do well. Okay, maybe their bosses or their peers are evaluating how they handle situations. All right, so always be aware that people are watching and judging you, when they shouldn't. Okay, but it's how you hold your ground and defend that position. All right, and when you keep in touch with the pure and the positive motivations, that's going to help with that advancement, whether it's in a relationship, whether that's in a work situation, whether that's in a social situation where things might be getting out of hand. Okay, and somewhere down the line there's going to be some material reward on that. Okay, somebody may give you some more responsibility, based on how you handle it, or take responsibility away from you. Okay, it all depends on how that's happening. So stay clear and focused on your objectives. And like I said, if this is a karmic reunion of somebody coming into your life, you have to ask that question and say to yourself, okay, why is this person coming into my life? Because the Page of Vessels, is all about dreams and visions. And he might be saying to yourself, you know what? This challenge is coming up on the situation that's in your life. Where do you need to let your feelings show? In your communication, okay, with whomever it is, boss, significant other, friend, in a social situation, okay, maybe you need to talk about that, that situation. Where do you need to let your feelings show and just say, hey, look, I'm feeling uncomfortable about this conversation I have to have with so-and-so. How do you go about doing that, right? The Six of Bows, that king, he's got that kingly advice for you, right? And he's trying to give you that magical power and that healing, all right? And he's asking you, where do you need to take charge? So not only do you have to let your feelings show, you have to know where to take charge in a situation, all right? Sometimes it's good to take charge by stepping back. Sometimes it's good to take charge by just voicing those emotions. Okay, realize the resources that you do have at hand. Okay, and don't overuse them. Don't misuse them. Use every available resource you have, okay, to take on that challenge, to take on that rivalry, to take on that difficult conversation that you must have, okay? Ten of Stones and home, that's still out there, okay? So, with this being a Stones card, you get that materialism and that security and stability with having that conversation. And then you have the King of Arrows that has that ancient wisdom and lore, and he's letting you know what you most focus on clearly. By focusing on the aspect of that challenge with that karmic reunion, okay, by having that clarity of what you need to do, you can move forward in having that conversation. And the other question is asked is where can you give, wise counsel or word, to somebody else? If it's with your boss, if it's with a significant other, you can have that wise counsel just to give you an idea of how to handle that challenge. The King of Bows is also asking, where's your enthusiasm leading you? All right. If it's a challenging situation, maybe you're getting excited about it, right? Maybe you're putting some energy into it, all right? Which is that fire energy of that King of Bows. And then the Page of Vessels comes back and says, what deeper trust is being asked of you? Maybe your boss is putting you in a situation to, he trusts what you do, all right? Or, the universe has put that trust in you with that karmic reunion. And, it says, you know what? We're going to bring somebody into your life, or we're going to put a situation into your life, all right, where maybe you've come full circle and maybe you made a decision, all right? And now it's time to act on that decision, okay? This is what I did last time. Maybe I need to do it differently this time, all right? So there you have it. That's today's card of the day, that Two of Stones challenge. Hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, and share it with others. This is D for Spirit's Path, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care, God bless, and stay safe, everybody.